What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, man, back again for another video. Oh, man, we had a hell of a night last night, WNBA action. One of the best I've seen in a long time as far as just a whole night of crazy games, crazy-ish going on in the whole ish-kabibbles, man. We had an array of everything. We had close games. We had drama. We had walk-downs. We had the whole Nizzy Nine. The whole Nizzy Nine. You know, and as predicted, the next day, and then the whole night, we had, you know, the usual suspects and characters doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? You know, we just let them go ahead and do their thing, man. It is what it is. And my car's like, yo, you better put that seatbelt on. Yeah. And all y'all worried about me driving, man, you don't understand, bro. I'm an expert driver. I'm class A CDL. You feel me? Like, I done drove tractor trailers. I done drove doubles. You know what I'm saying? Throughout Colorado mountains. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I done drove the Seven Sisters, man. If you ever were out here on them streets, you know, on them roads, you would understand what that is. So this is nothing, right? This is child's play. This is a game, you know. But at any route, man, we're going to start with the Chicago Sky. Chicago Sky really blew this game. Got walked down by the Mystics. Really, in particular, got walked down by Brittany Sykes. You know, we kind of hyped this game up to be the matchup between, you know, Angel Reese and Kiki Iriafen. And I mean, that wasn't even nowhere near the story of the game as far as the wins and losses, because Kiki Iriafen, you know, Angel Reese has the, you know, just the experience advantage over her, and that was kind of clear throughout the game. And she seemed to have probably taken that thing personal. You know, some little young buck coming in the league. Everybody want to say it's just better than her, and you know, she ain't gonna have no shit like that. So Angel did what she did. You know, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. You know, nice little solid game. Now, when we talk about the wins and the losses here, we got to break it down pretty simple, man. Chicago Sky was very aggressive in that first half. So if I'm going to give Tyler Marsh any type of credit, it's for just having them ready to go in the game. All right. But the problem was, you know, as time went on in the game, all right, you know, really that third quarter. So what you saw in the first half, okay, was an aggressive Rebecca Allen who was balling. Okay, you had Camilla and Angel who were just dominant, okay, in that first half. You had Ariel, who was, you know, who I'm going to talk about in a second, man. If this team is going to get anywhere, we can't have this Ariel. Just can't. HVL, solid defensively, stuff like that. You had that in the first half. First half was no problem. You up 12 points, and at one point, at the most, we up 16. Okay, but it was that third quarter that exposed the team from top to bottom. It's that third quarter where coaches go into the locker room and they look at what happened, and then they devise a plan, and it's called making the adjustments. Lynx did that. Okay, I mean, the Mystics did that. It came out in the second half. It just, you know, it was like you opened up a can of whoop ass. It was almost like what those great teams do, even though the Mystics aren't great, okay, but they obviously got something Chicago ain't got right now. So they made the adjustments, and Chicago just did not readjust. So, you know, that part I got to put on Tyler Marsh and the whole coaching staff. Why weren't you ready for the adjustments? I saw kind of basic things, man. There was a pressure defense that was kind of applied to Haley Van Lith. And, you know, Haley, I'm not putting losses on Haley right now. She's a rookie. She's finding her way. You know, the pressure, the problem she had with the pressure is similar to the problems that, you know, players like Caitlin Clark had with the pressure early on. So part of the problem is Haley Van Lith not getting exposure earlier in the year. Like right now, all of a sudden, you're going to give her time. So this is like her to her, this is almost like her second game really playing. And so she's having a problem with that type of pressure, picking up 90 feet, you know. So this is not unprecedented. That was disrupting the offense. Angel Reese, too many goddamn turnovers in that second half. And as a leader of the team, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. I like the 17 points. I like the aggressiveness, right? I like the defensive effort. She did not allow Kiki Ariafen to go off. She did not allow Aaliyah Edwards to go crazy, okay? So I give her credit for that. But the 7 damn turnovers, Angel, you just cannot do that shit and win games. I'm sure she knows that. She has to look at that, has to make whatever adjustments she has to make it improve. Right, every pass ain't a great pass. I get it. You know, you're doing the stretch forward thing, which is the proper position for her that best suits her skill set. But you know, just got to be careful with passes. Got to be smarter. Can't be just throwing passes out there lazily. Got to throw passes with force. Got to, you know. And some of the stuff was just lazy passes. Some of the shit, of course, is on the teammates, which always happens. But still, 7, no, you just can't do it. And as a whole, the whole offense collapsed in that damn third quarter in particular. The damn turnovers, I mean, it seemed like every possession was a freaking turnover. I think it was over 20 turnovers in the game, which is absurd. You just cannot do it. You can't do it. And I believe in that one quarter there was about 12 turnovers. I mean, you're not going to win like that. Period. It's just not going to happen. And now, what was some of the reasoning? Okay, number one, Tyler. When Tyler saw that Haley Van Lith was having problems bringing the ball up because of the pressure defense, because she's a rookie. Okay, he should have been giving the ball to Ariel Atkins. Period, point blank. Ariel Atkins should have been handling the ball because she's more suited to deal with the pressure. She's used to WNBA defense, okay? That should have been the first thing you had done. Have Haley just play off the ball. Give Ariel Atkins the freaking ball in situations where, I mean, like, I don't understand. This dude is just, you know, so I think that was the first problem. The other problem was the defense was like, I mean, it was sometimey yesterday. It wasn't god-awful. I mean, you're talking about, 79 points you give up, you know. But it was like, really, the story of the game was just too many damn turnovers. And then an offense that, now there were some good things I saw here and there. I'm liking the pick and roll action with Camilla. She's very good at that. In particular, Ariel Atkins when dishing or Angel when dishing to Camilla is very effective. Haley has to improve with some of that. But really, I don't want Van Lith, like, trying to run the offense right now. There's plenty of time for that. Haley, you should be having Ariel Atkins run the offense and Haley Van Lith just trying to score. Just get to the rack, just catch and shoot, just get to your middies, your comfortable spot shooting, doing that. There's too much of her having to think. When she has to think, what happens is she starts to get into her own head. And Haley right now has an issue with confidence right now. That last game that she had with the 16 points was really good, mostly for confidence. She's like, when you have a player that's kind of there, you just give them less to do. The least you give them to do, the better you have. And I don't know if Tyler gets that. So a big part of that, I got to put on him for that right there. And then other than that, man, I mean, it's like Chicago. If you're going to do anything, and that is what I told y'all, you cannot have Ariel Atkins scoring 10 points. Like, I don't know what you got to do. Tell her, Ariel, look for your damn shot. And you have to tell the rest of the players, look, Ariel is going to be our scorer. Like, Teaspoon kind of had a type of common sense last year that I really appreciated, where she knew you had Kennedy Carter, you had like a killer on the team. Okay, go to that killer. And all of y'all telling me Ariel Atkins ain't that type of scorer, I don't agree with you. Ariel Atkins is 44% from the floor. She has a mid-range shot. She can hit the three. She can get to the rim. A player like that, okay, whose mindset, though, is to constantly attack, you need to tell them that's what the hell we need you doing for this team. Ariel Atkins has to, listen, for Chicago Sky to turn this around at all and possibly make an 8th seed at best or 7th or anything that they could possibly do, you have to have Ariel Atkins scored 19 or 20 points a night. It's the other way. Other than that, it's not going to happen. Everyone else is going to be inconsistent for the most part. Like with Haley Van Lith, I can't count on 16 a night. It's not going to happen. It's going to be 16s here. Maybe at some point in the year she'll score a 19-point game, but for the most part, she's going to be around, between 8 points and 12 points, something like that. Camilla, as much as I like Camilla and so on, it's going to be nice and Camilla's going to get 20. Then there's going to be some times that Camilla is just going to be 10 points, it's going to be 8 points. That's the way you got to think. Even with Angels, okay, we know Angels going to get you a double-double. We do know that. But the points, it is not going to be 17 every night, unfortunately. Sometimes it's going to be 12. Sometimes it's going to be 13. That's just the way that is right now for her at this point in her career. You know you're going to get some defense. You know you're getting rebounds. You know you're going to get good overall leadership out there on the floor, directing traffic, all the things that ain't us who know Angel, who she is, well, that we know that she does. Okay, but you got to kind of know what you're getting from your players at this point, Tyler. And Ariel has to be aggressive. That's it. Even if that's not her personality, you have to make that her person. She has to understand, for the betterment of the team, I need you being a gunner. And I saw her last year with Washington playing like that. You're not going to tell me that. I've seen her put 29 on us. I've seen her put all types of pressure on the Fever in games against them. All right? I know what's possible, what she can do. It's just too much. This team goes into just whatever mode. I don't know. You got Rebecca just doing dumb stuff. You'll have Kia Nurse just going off and doing their own thing. Sometimes Angel will be doing a little bit too much. And that's not, you got to structure this thing, man. All right, Ariel taking the bulk of the shots. She got the ball. She running the offense out there. Van Lith, okay, I like your little pressure defense. Do more running around. And for God's sake, please, get Rachel Banham off the damn court as much as possible. She should not be in the league. She should not. She's nothing on defense. She gives you nothing. And on offense, she's streaky. And for the only reason, if you're going to have her play, she has to be a 40% shooter. That's it. Like, what is the problem with this Rachel Banham stuff? Like, that he just brings her in as the second player off the bench. What are you doing? Like, man, wow. Anyway, moving on, because Chicago, it is what it is. So now you had the game against the Fever and the Sun. I'm not going to speak a whole lot about this game. I'm not interested in it. Of course, the Fever beat the Sun. Hell, Chicago beat the Sun. Everybody beats the Sun. No big deal. Who cares? But the story of that game, oh, man, was obviously what happened between, what's her name, Sutton and Caitlin Clark. Okay, so you got to play everybody out here talking about, right? These ridiculously delusional Clark fans acting like Caitlin Clark is not coddled, that she's not this or that, bro. And there is no player in the world that I've seen where if you touch them, you blow on them, you touch their face, you'll do anything, that it's on ESPN immediately. All I see is a ding, ding, ding. Breaking news. Caitlin Clark pushed to the floor by Marina Mabry. Woo! Bruh, I guarantee you, Marina Mabry is pushing like 2 motherfuckers to the floor every game. This is how Mabry get down. She a South Jersey Monaskin playing girl. That's how they get down. Okay? I lived in South Jersey. Them white girls out there that play sports, they're a little different. Okay? They not like your little Midwesterners or whatever. But really, for real, if you look at the play, Caitlin Clark was being physical against the girl on offense. Caitlin Clark want to put her shoulder all in your titty. She want to freaking put her fucking elbow and all of this, put her back all up and shit because she don't like pressure defense, right? Like a little sucker. Like, you know what I mean? So that's how she is. So it gets fed back to you. Right? Now, the girl made a mistake, hit her in the face. I don't think it was on purpose or whatever. But hey, look, man, like, if you ever played a sport, you understand. A motherfucker be physical with you, you give the physicality back. That's what you do. That's the way you're wired to play, right? Because this is a sport, right? It's me versus you. So it's like skill versus skill. There's strength versus strength. That's sport. That's what it is. You don't understand that, bro. Like, you ain't trying to understand it, or you just, like, you don't get it. So that's what happens in the yawn. I get in the face. Caitlin like, oh my God. She should get an Oscar Okay? Then the girl hit the Caitlyn. Stop. Mabry, listen, man. Mabry, like, she cut different. Like, yo, you hit the teammate, bitch. But Mabry's looking like she been wanting to do that. You know what I mean? Crazy ass Mabry. That's why I wish we still had Mabry in Chicago, man. Because, like, now you got Bantam. I wish we had Mabry. Mabry would keep that joint alive. Right? So, anyway, Mabry knocks it down and all that. Now, Cunningham, right? Punk ass Cunningham. You see what I'm saying? Look at punk ass Cunningham. Miss Jiu-Jitsu, karate, when she was Miss, I'm gonna call her Miss Cobra Kai and shit, since y'all think she's so goonish and all this, right? So, why Cunningham gonna go at Sutton? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got a problem with Cunningham going at people. Go ahead, Cunningham, you's a goon, right? You little, you know what I mean? So she gonna wait for Sutton to go up and then just grab her whole fucking head, right? And just throw it down in front of her. Yo, that's one of the funniest shows I've seen. Yo, I'm like, yo, Sophie is crazy, right? So I ain't buy that, right? Okay, but why'd you grab Mabry? You know why? Like, you know why? Like, let's say Sophie is a lion. Let's just say, just for example. You know what Mabry is? Mabry is what you call a honey badger, right? And if you know anything about what happens out there in the jungle, like the one creature that a lion ain't gonna just typically just F with is the honey badger. Why? Because a honey badger is like little and would like that joker will fight you to the end. The lion want to stop. Honey badger's still coming. Right? So Sophie already know. All right, Mabry? No, she really crazy. So I ain't even gonna get her started. Cause that ain't gonna end. Maybe it'll be like F the game. And we can go do this. F the game, we can go do this. She already know that. Like, yo, that little South Jersey joint, no. We gonna leave her alone. Okay, maybe she got rep in this league. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They call her Money Mabry. I call her Monster Mabry. Dig what I'm saying? The honey badger. You gonna be rumbling all day. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's the only thing about that game I cared about. Other than that, I mean, the Sun really just, there's no competition for pretty much anybody right now. And then the other thing that happened, Dallas Wings able to get them a win. I believe it was a second win of the year, which is ridiculous. But hey, maybe they can get something going. They beat the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie, I mean, look, Valkyrie not a great team by any means. Definitely on the road, but you know, hey, listen, man, these are the games you got to win. Like Dallas, you lose that game, it's like, you know. But the Valkyrie team, man, they got some good wins behind their back. They done beat who? They beat the Aces. You know what I'm saying? They done beat the Sparks. You know, they done beat some teams you got to respect a little bit. So that's a good win for Dallas. Hopefully they can get something going. Gino Ariemento, or whatever. I'm bad at pronouncing his name. My bad. I'm bad with names. But he was there. You know what I mean? So it was a nice little crowd, nice little situation. I like that. I gotta watch the game to see like a lot of the details. I caught part of the game and I caught highlights. Paige, solid game, 20 points. You feel me? Efficient like always. You know. And then there's another game I gotta catch. I gotta catch the Aces and the Lynx, right? Lynx predictably win that game. No AJ Wilson. But what is happening though? I think the Aces are figuring out how to play. You know, this not having AJ Wilson could be a blessing in disguise, because part of what happens with the Aces when they play, AJ is so good. It's like it's hard not to just constantly give her the ball and depend on her, because like she's just so ridiculous, right? So learning how to play without her a little bit, or just getting that practice there, especially for like players like Jewel Lloyd and some of the newer cast members, the Nyes and all of that, could be a blessing in disguise for them. We'll see. They still my pick to win it all, because I think at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, if my players better than your players, we gonna win for real in the end, player. That's the way I see it. But you know I'm in the minority with that, but it's cool. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got on that, y'all. You know what I mean? I gotta get to handle some business today. So as far as a live, I might go live maybe later if time permits, or maybe tomorrow morning. You feel me? So I get with everybody later. Peace out.